Hi, Torians. My name is Steph. If you'd like to come on and have a seat for some symbolic support, we are going to create an ink blot in real time, ink timestamps below, made in your name
It's
and essence,
inside.
that we are going to scribe for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on Tarot and Oracle, and where Mr. Paranormal Plasma here is, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive a release freely. Taurians, I'm grateful for your attention, awareness, and your presence and perspective is powerful. When you're ready, let's create. As I said, your timestamps are
Am I
below.
a ghost?
You are a ghost, love, but you are still very much so with us. So if you are returning, thank you very much. If you're new to me here, my name is Steph, and I create in the name of Muses, in the name of Taurians. I'm not concerned about creating a masterpiece. We're creating a mirror. We're creating a portal for our perspective to perceive and receive, and then we'll gaze to gain for our own insights and inspirations. So, receive or release freely, of course. Taurians as well. There are timestamps below, and if you're interested in the extended, you can join the second tier membership or follow the first link below in the description box, and it'll
Spirit.
take you to my Buy Me a Coffee, and you'll also have access to it there. All right, Taurians, I'm just about ready. If you are, I'm sure that I don't know how exciting this is, but nonetheless, here we are. All right, Taurians, if you'd like to close the eyes, take a nice deep breath with me. Cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of the Taurian Collective. Thank you for holding space for me to share my stories, and may you receive a message with meaning. Your reveal. Taurians, I'm just going to close up my inks. If you want to scry for a moment, you can comment below what you see, sense, or feel as your reflections do deepen the reading and they inspire others, or you can drop an emoji, give it a heart, a like, whatever the case is. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated.
Under.
Scry session officially beginning. Oh, you are strong, Taurians. Look at these muscles. Somebody like axe throwing. Ooh. Axe throwing. Some of you also might be cutting off some sort of, I'm going to, in the first place, call it anger, because I've transmuted it into a passion. Oh, I'm so strong. Like, I feel like I'm all muscle here. I'm all muscle. There's also something about emotional strength. So I'm seeing almost like a Masonic symbol, or any sort of symbol where there's like two things that cross.
Bring it to
And
me.
it's right in here. One of them's water and one of them's fire, maybe, if you're working with those elements. Right in here, and I'll try and get my fingers. And they have like a long gun. Do you see like that person standing there? Or at least on one side? What kind is that? A long barrel? A long barrel? Is that, am I making that up? Yeah, I might be making that up. But it's a long barrel. I don't know. It's almost like I feel like I'm playing Duck Hunt with all of these little things here. I'm seeing the grill of a car. Am I working on a car as well? I feel like I have a lot of tools in this emblem. Like I am part of a trade of some sort. It doesn't have to be, for some it's like straight up a trade, like a carpenter's union, or I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know what it is. I don't need to figure it out. It's none of my business. But Taurians, you know the drill. You're wise enough to place the symbols where they may.
Beer.
Maybe you're part of a beer league. That's fun. Okay. Something at the front of a car or a grill. There's also a whole, do you see this going on here? What do you make of this? I'd be very, very curious. what your comments are, specifically in relation to this. I'm going to take a moment. Of course, I'm interested in all of your insights.
Cool.
There's a tree here. Why do I feel like I am in like, this feels, I don't know if it's like chaos or just construction. You know what I mean? You know when there's like construction going on in a house or anywhere really, and it's like noise, chaos. There's just chaos happening. Things are being built, things are being demolished, some things are debris, some things are, garbage, or some things are being reused. There's just chaos going on, but I'm using that term, but I don't know that it's correct. I think it's something's being constructed and created. Is that what's happening? It's like walking into somebody's garage and maybe things look chaotic because they're taking apart a transmission. Is that a thing? Well, I'm going to assume it's a thing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. And so pieces are everywhere. But it's not. Okay. I'm not going to constipate myself there. And that might reflect in any part of your, whether that channel, corporate creative, romantic, platonic, all that kind of great stuff. There's really something going on here. Hold on. So I don't actually think I've seen the movie. I'm right in here. And there's like this creepy, right there. Right there. This creepy little face with a hand. I don't know what movie it's actually from, but I am seeing a scene from the show Roseanne where it's the earlier season and Darlene's quite young. And for Halloween, she's in a black hoodie and she has like this doll or something coming out of her belly. I don't know if it's like alien or something like that, but apparently it's really known. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm hearing it go, ha 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 ha. But I think I'm having fun with something. Okay, sorry, let me keep diving in here. I feel like I'm seeing also like a... almost like a tornado in water. Oh, that pen is not going to work at all. A tornado in water?
Leave me alone.
Apparently I'm penless. Okay. It's like it rises up out of the water, but it looks like a tornado of water. This part, it's still very, very wet. Oh, yeah, well, that just happened. Okay. Is part of my passion or part of my anger is retreating back to safety. And when I say it's retreating back, it's only because it feels like it's the source, the initial flame.
Not likely.
The initial something or other, whatever ticked me off or pissed me off, the trigger point. The trigger. This is all just like after. Like the growth, the expansion of the energy. Now that you have transmuted it or are transmuting it. But the source, the initial trigger, possibly from childhood. Maybe there was something evil, or maybe it was perceived as maybe something had happened, because it feels like anger. And it feels like I am young teen. Tween maybe? Tween to young teen. That is coming back to its protective nature. I feel like at some point in time, and maybe this story is for someone specific, and thank you for holding space if this isn't your scry story. It's almost like, I don't know if I was emotionally abused or bullied. It's almost like when I'm seeing this strength thing with like axe throwing and sweats coming out, it's bringing me into the example, Taurians, of maybe
North.
I was bullied about something in my life. It's like when somebody maybe is I see, I don't like saying it, but I'm just going to use the example. So please understand, I'm just simply using as a very topical. But what is that? Like the underdog story when somebody maybe gets insulted about their weight or their hair or their strength, or they're too skinny, or they're too something by the means of the other kids on the playground, or the adolescents in high school or as a young adult. And then they go and maybe they turn that insult into inspiration and start working out, and they put on weight, and then they get fit and strong, or they lose weight and they get fit and strong, whatever the case is. It's something like that. It doesn't have to be that. But symbolically speaking, Taurians, if you're still here, I don't want to even call it the underdog story, but it's almost like somewhere along the lines, somebody thought they had power over me and tried to bully me. And turn around. Years later, it's like, look at me now. But it's not about look at me now to that person. It's almost like the brilliance of that Taurian collective to be like, look what I did with my life. Look what I did with my love. Look what I did with my career for me. That's the stage I'm set on, Taurians. This was for me, what I built in my life. And it doesn't even have to be bullying per se, because now a rabbit hole is opening up. It could even be like self-doubt.
It's not
or
easy.
feeling outside of the norm. I feel like you've done great things. Something great with your life. Something great with your life. Like you can throw axes really well. You, what is that? Skeet shooting. Like you have skills. And that's like through where the transmutation happened. And right here in this like coalescence, I don't know if it comes through. It's like where the red and the blue meet, it becomes purple. And it's like this higher self force, this, maybe crown or third eye indigo opening. And it's opening again, more tools of the trade. I also feel like you can invent tools. This still is like, I feel like I need to take a moment. Like if you're watching this might even be Taurians, what you see in the collective. When I wander to this side, for whatever reason, I don't know, it just works the way it works. It's a special connection. It's a special connection being a scryer. Like imagine you were seeing like in Family Guy when him and is it the big chicken
How
or
does
something?
it work?
A fight, and you're seeing like all this after effects. There's also something about Iron Man. And my giant. I have never seen my
Karma.
giant, so I have no idea what that means. But I feel like I'm extending a hand, almost like Noah's Ark, to help others cross. Maybe some of you are psychopomps, some of you maybe like death doulas, or even birth doulas, or your nurses or something like that. Something about birthing, and it doesn't have to be only about the earthly experience. For some, I feel like it's like helping people birth new parts of themselves within yourself because you've done it, like a coach, a mentor, cheerleader, something along that lines. But I don't feel like I'm actually doing it quite directly. Like it's almost like a direct indirect with this clear, I can't do it for you, but I'm here with you type feel. And I help others. I help build that bridge. Okay. You know what, Taurians? I'm
Mad.
okay. Because I feel like others, and then maybe, now when I say they, I suddenly like spun from what perspective? There's like this weird spinning, And I'll bring it up in the ink blot if you can see it with me. Right about here, the ink's changing on me, so I'm no longer in the story. It's like, see this wave? Thank you. It's starting to open up to me because I'm really curious what's going on down there. And this wave comes out of the water, and in this spinning thing, it's almost like if I was on skis or a wakeboard, a boogie board. Yeah, because it's
Real.
like spinning on top of the water, and I feel that others view you, Taurians, like you can do tricks. And you can do tricks. I mean, like, again, it's like a skill thing. Like, you could be a surfer and you can do tricks, or you're a mechanic and you can do, oh, I have this trick of the trade, right? Tricks of the trade? Tricks of the trade. But there's like this weird spinning on top of the water that I feel like you scooch across, and you can get somewhere quite quickly. Extend a hand out to somebody. Say if I'm surfing in this analogy, or boogie boarding, or whatever, I don't know, water sport, and I can put my hand in the water to help somebody get out. Something about my aim. I feel like you have good aim. Sorry, I'm just going to write duck hunt up there as well. Taurians, do you feel as though that you might have, because you already have like these so many tools collected, or like trades, whatever, because now I'm seeing something. These are eyes, and I'm seeing these eyes as bluebirds. I don't know if bluebirds mean something to somebody specifically. I'm building a new nest. This feels like all nesting. There's a bunch of ducks in a row. Ducks in a row. I love it when it just starts speaking, because it wasn't before. Ducks in a row. And there's like this feeding. It's almost like, you know, when those kind of birds that will, or maybe any sort of animal really, but I'm just seeing them as birds here. And they will nurture any kind of bird. Oh, you're a duck. Oh, you're this. Oh, I'm a wolf, but you're a squirrel. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter. There's a feeding going on. I wanted to say feeding frenzy. And I'll say it as Steph, but I don't. I feel like that's what I don't want. I don't want it to be a frenzy.
It's inside.
Because I'm seeing the Ghostbusters symbol, the little ghost in there. I don't want it to be a frenzy. These bluebirds have a whale tail, not the tattoo. Or no, it's not the tattoo. What is it? The song in the underwears or whatever. But there's a whale. So it's like oh, I didn't mean to put whale. Whale bluebird. Imagine if a whale was the size of a bluebird, and it still had its tail, but it also had wings. I'm seeing something in these eyes. Okay, when I'm seeing through these eyes, where's my contemplation crystal ball? I am seeing through my throat and my third eye at the same time. So, you know, like if, like our eyesight and then the third eye, this feels like the eyes with the triangle down to my throat. Is it empathy or just simply It's more of like a turquoise. It feels like compassion without carrying. I can see it. It's like being a lifeguard, and I can go out, help, return to shore. I carry physically, you know, may carry part of the journey.
Listen.
And then once I place them back on the ground, there's a release of it. because that's when the frenzy comes in. Is everyone okay? This, that, or the other. But then I feel like at some point in time, when other people get there, there's another trade that comes in. I'm not talking about the frenzy of people or friends or family. There's another trade that comes in. And in this example, I'm going to say maybe the ambulance comes in, or hilarious, because I'm seeing Baywatch now, but it's because I'm in this whole space, and that's fine. But they're lifeguards too, but it feels like a different part, like they're really specialized in something. And then I can step back to get back to my post to keep an eye on this vastness, but really it feels, to you it doesn't feel as vast, but even it is vast, but it's not overwhelming. Or at least because I've learned that through the trades. It's like, oh, I'm a mechanic and I have 10,000 cars to fix, but I'm not overwhelmed because I know so many tricks of the trade, and it's like one at a time, one at a time. Something about
Foolish.
a waiting line is way. I think you've said foolish a few times. And that brings me, I apologize if I'm like stumbling over or through this, but I feel like it's blah, 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 coming out really fast. The nest. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to start adding on some tarot.
Brandy.
Brandy and Oracle. Or Brandy. Tarot and Oracle. Come on. Do we say that at the same time, or did I say it after you? Jinx, you owe me a ghost juice. Hilarious. All right, Taurians, if you're still with me, I want to thank you so much. I'm sorry, I feel like I rambled on a whole lot there. We're going to add on some Oracle cards. And then if you're interested in coming with me for the flip, like I said, the link will be below for the single style. Or if you are interested in becoming a Secret Society star member, you can do that as well. I'm grateful for your support. Animals. Yeah, you got like hybrid animals going on here. I'm also seeing a water dragon. If anyone's working with the water dragon or some sort of dragon energy, you know how there's this dragon has a baby dragon with it. Taurians. I also have the ability, Taurians, to work underneath something. Like, think of a car, like the underbelly of things. Some of you also might be something about the house or your apartment or your dwelling or the nest that you're building. Maybe you're redoing floors,
You don't understand.
or under the sink or something like that. I feel like you're doing something under. This is that compassion that came through with these eyes. The way I see, I have compassion, but I know how to disconnect. Because through your compassion, and you also know how, oh, thank you. It's like by fixing somebody's car, you empower them to feel safe on the road again so they can get to where they're going. Maybe a bad example, but maybe a perfect example. It's like saving somebody from the water. And I'm not saying that you're a savior. I don't want to put that pressure on you. I'm just simply trying to inspire the way I'm feeling through your energy and through your aura. So thank you. Because you have like all these lightning rods with you. Yeah, sorry. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I don't know where that was going. Anyway, so you save the person from, say, the water, get them on shore, and they go with the ambulance or something like that. And then you empower them to become a lifeguard themselves, or a doctor, or to specialize in swimming lessons or water safety. Do you know what I mean? Like, you inspire and empower by your story, You also definitely have some sort of animal familiar around you, or for some there's a dog in spirit that stays with you by your side, is loyal beyond I can even say. Okay, we also have a cat here coming through, so that's awesome. And then dreams and good luck. If those cards mean anything to you, Taurians, please follow that. So this is bringing me into all the red in here. I know it's more of like a magenta, but I'm seeing it as red through the screen, so I'm going to go with that. The animals is in the water. It's like therapy. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like ethereal exchanges of energy, but also very earthly and strong. Strong, 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 strong. You are viewed as strong. Somebody also has a mother in spirit. She's very proud of you and she helps you, like beefs you up. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Whatever you set your mind on, whatever your dreams are. It's just like the spirit animal or the cat or the dog now, because you have two animals that have come through. They send you like all the luck in the world, all the luck in the world. Taurians. I'm gonna just stick to Oracle for your session here. Man, because it's like I'm watching like Fabio come out of the water, or some lumberjack sweating, lumberjacking. But in whatever context this is for you, whatever your skill set is, whatever you're working on. Rigid, inner strength. Oh my goodness. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. This kind of brings me back to the beginning.
Running.
When, see, maybe some of you run like marathon, or you're going to start running. Okay. Because I want to place her like in here. Thank you. Remember we were talking about like that not inner strength, but the story of like the underdog or something that was a trigger. And it sparked an inner fire, like with this axe throwing, to get to work, to do inner work.
Play with me.
But inevitably it becomes external. Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. No, it happened in divine order. It happened in divine order. And then we have here Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. High Heart Rose. If somebody's waiting on a partnership, I feel like that could be coming in soon. In divine order. Like this relationship, or maybe it's a Three's Company situation. Again, it's bringing me into like triangle stuff. Sorry, there is something else I wanted to say before I close out here. I think it was Paul. This is, you do it with grace. You know, it's like when you can watch somebody be a skilled shooter or and I don't know why, or a surfer, or they make really good, or they're
Karma.
I don't know, and they're arrogant and conceited. And then you can meet somebody else with the same skill sets, and it's not that they're passive, but they are not a douche about it, and they are, I feel like there's just like a wisdom, which means they're a little quieter, and maybe that's representative of you, like you're a little quieter, or the way you're just graceful in the way you express your gifts, and it's noticed. And as you like unwrap yourself in the world and revealing the layers, whatever new adventures, dreams that you have coming true, and the luck that is around you, I feel like you're just very gracious, and your grace is noted. Because if it, even like a lumberjack, or I don't know, whatever, you can just imagine this, whatever, and just be like, oh, but they're, and then sometimes people have this person who's like, yeah, they're really skilled, but they're kind of a bear to deal with, like on a personal level or part of a team. And I feel like you don't have that reputation. See, yeah, you have duplicity. The poplar tree, because I think that you are popular. Duality and duplicity, suffering and bitterness, enlightenment and happiness are all at play, because you've seen it all. You can see it all. You can see it all. You can see what maybe even that's even in the sight of compassion. You can see beyond what people say, like the El douchebaggery maybe, as a very broad and shallow example, but nonetheless, thank you. And you can see that, so you can see through the personality to maybe their pain, to where they're transmuting, and maybe you help them through that. Indirectly or directly. Sometimes it's just in a kindness, right?
Mad.
Torians, I'm going to carry on to the extended. If you would like to join me, I'm so grateful. But if not, I'm so grateful. And I will see you again soon.